Hello, everyone's. I am here for Emergence, Season 1, Episode 5. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, I like this show, but I am having issues. I am the type of person that I want things to be realistic. I want it to be like it's happening in the real world. And the choices that they are making on this show is just not realistic. Like, somebody commented last week that if the assassin was really an assassin, he would have killed them both. But we get into this episode, and he gets up to the car after shooting at reporter dude and hacker lady, and they're unconscious after getting shot at and then getting hit by a car. He runs up to the car and takes the device and doesn't shoot them. And the only thing that prevents him from shooting them is because a passerby just happened to walk by. Now, I'm pretty sure there was other people in the area seeing you shooting at them, so you could have just finished them off. Your job was to finish them off and get the device and get on about your business. But he didn't do that. Well, I don't know how, but reporter dude was able to get out of the car. You know, he was a little wobbly with it, but he was able to make out some of the license plate numbers from the car. So he goes over to, now, first of all, he didn't even check to see if hacker lady was dead or not. I mean, I guess, you know, her chest wasn't moving. She wasn't making any type of sounds like, ow, I am in pain or anything. So he just left her in the car and went to Joe's house. Now, he taking now this dude done just tried to kill you. Now you going over Joe's house. I guess he figured if she doesn't care about putting her family in danger, why should I care? So he gets to Joe's house. They're trying to help him and stop the bleeding, all that, her and her daddy. And they then sent the kids upstairs because there's kids here. Now you're bleeding. You've come to my house. I guess you can't go to the hospital because the last person that went to the hospital was involved with this was killed by his IV by somebody who wasn't in the room. Yes. So while they're trying to, you know, stop the bleeding and all of these things, he's trying to, you know, he's going in and out of consciousness. He's trying to tell her, you know, the license plate number. Don't know how he got that, but that's okay right now. But Piper, you know, yells downstairs the license plate number, and nobody skipped a beat of what they were doing. Now, granted, we're in a stressful situation. We're trying to prevent this man from dying. We're trying to stop this blood, but nobody was like, well, how does she know that? I mean, at least granddaddy, who does not know what's going on for real, he just thinks she a regular child. He does not know that she is an AI. Like, even granddaddy was like, how does she know that? Like, even after we didn't, you know, gotten reporter dude, you know, okay, and he's no longer bleeding, nobody sat back and questioned, how does Piper know this? At least granddaddy. Now, Joe and reporter do know what's going on, but granddaddy don't. Now, they didn't, I'm just going to say this, Dr. Lady, you should just distance yourself from this whole situation because it seems like anybody who tries to get involved and get in help ends up dying. Just saying. But anyway, she's like, you know, I have to report a gunshot room, you know, somebody been shot. And she's like, well, I'm the authority, so you're telling me, so it's okay. I'm like, Dr. Lady, you go ahead and chuck them the deuce and go about your business back to the hospitals and get him a toodaloo. Because reporter dude tells him the hacker lady was killed because she was working to encrypt that device. And whatever she saw on that device, she was like, no, ma'am, I want nothing to do with this. I am scared. So that's when the Dr. Lady should have been like, you know what, I don't know nothing, I don't see nothing, gave him a toodaloo and went on about her business. Now, Joe, they didn't got the license plate number and they didn't track it back to Kendrick. And Joe, it was almost cute that she thought that she had him. I'm like, really? This powerful man who's out here making AIs that look very realistic? You really think that you got this man on some stuff? So she takes her and Chris take him to jail. And on the way there, he's basically telling her, once I get out, you have nothing on me. This is not going to work, boo-boo. But she was feeling herself like, yes, I done this. And I'm like, really? I know this is not going to turn out right for you. This man rich. This man can hack stuff and everything. This man got people in his back pocket. This not going to work out for you, boo-boo. So once they get to, you know, the precinct, his lawyer didn't beat them there. He didn't took a helicopter there. Beat them there. The DA is there. And she was like, what's going on? He was like, you gotta let this man go. He ain't do nothing. Then it was like, the car that was used was one of his company cars. Oh, that car was stolen like a few weeks ago. Now, Chris was like, I just checked last night and it didn't say that. I'm like, because Kendrick got folks that can hack into stuff, that can change stuff around. Like, I know that and you know that. And this man told you he wasn't going to serve no time in jail. He basically told you he was going to walk. And you didn't believe it because you thought you was that girl and you had finally got taken him down. I'm like, I just knew that wasn't going to happen. Now, Alex, he done got laid off from his job because Kendrick then bought the company that he works for, and he is the only person that done got laid off in the whole entire company. So, I'm going to get back with you to make sure your ex-husband doesn't have a job. And nobody is reacting the way that they should be reacting once they did, got laid off or anything. Now, if you wasn't doing your job right, they're not going to see you get laid off. But say I just got a promotion yesterday, and then you come in talking about something I'm laid off, I'm going to be mad because I'm like, what up, bro? You just gave me a promotion yesterday. I'm not saying that's what happened to Alex. I'm just saying he was too calm for me. Everybody was too calm about him being laid off. Because she has to tell him, Kendrick dude, he owns that company. And he laid you off to get back at me for, arresting him. And I guess he figures if I back off, then, you'll get your job back if I back off. That's what she's thinking, but she don't want to do that. And Alex still not acting like somebody who just got laid off. It's too calm for me. I needed so much anger. I mean, really. He was like, who do he think he is? We're going to nail this guy. Not showing any type of anger, anything. I'm like, y'all too calm. Yeah, I apologize. This cold is trying to go away. Y'all too calm. You have been laid off because because what Joe got going on, she's steady putting y'all family in jeopardy. Now, I understood it at first because we thought Piper was, a human little girl. Now that we know that Piper is basically, she is AI, she's a robot. Do we need to put our family in jeopardy any longer? I'm just saying. So, Granddaddy, he driving down the streets with Piper and Mia and has a heart attack. And when the car, stops after he has his heart attack, a semi is, right there. And I was like, okay, Piper, if it was any time that you was going to use whatever powers you can use, you go ahead and do it now. I don't really understand how she can do those type of things because she's AI, but I guess we'll know later on. So she didn't held on to Grandpa. And now the top of the semi-truck has hovered up in the air, if you will, in front of them. Stops and then gently goes back down. And I'm like, so nobody seen this. Semi-truck dude that was actually driving the semi-truck, you didn't notice that the front of your wheels hovered up several feet and then gently came down? Nobody was walking down the street. Nobody was driving down the street and seen this. I was like, okay. Me and she over here looking like, I know I'm not tripping. That truck was going to hit us. But it didn't. It hovered in the air and then gently came down. And Piper was talking about, are you okay? I was like, no, girl, I am not okay. I just seen a semi-truck's front wheels hover before my eyes and then go gently back down. Are you okay? Because this whole situation is not okay. Child. Now Maya, she is side-eyeing Papa like, I know you had something to do with that. And I don't know exactly what you are right now, but it don't seem like you're human. That's what she's giving her. That is what I'm getting from her. Okay, but Mia, she does leave out that whole part of the semi-truck just hovering in front of them when she's relaying this message to Joe. Yeah, it was a semi-truck. We almost got hit, We got an ambulance from Granddaddy. They turned the sirens on. We got yogurt. Yeah, it was a day. Leaving out the whole semi-truck hovering, front wheels hovering in front of them. But anyway, granddaddy's cancer is back, y'all. I was like, no. I mean, well, Piper already said that medicine ain't helping you. I guess she already know. Still don't know how she knows the things that she knows, but hopefully we gonna get to that. But she's like, okay, we got through it before, we can get through it again, but this time it's worse. And he doesn't know if he wants to go through that process again. I guess, I'm not going to guess, like that going through chemo and radiation, it is hard on the body. And he doesn't know if he wants to go through that again. I was like, yeah. Now, it seems like Kendrick can contact Piper because throughout the whole episode, she kept on seeing these rooms, but every time she would go to it, she would kind of get scared, like a door almost, and she wouldn't want to go through it. But this time, when she goes through it, Kendrick is sitting there in what looks like a museum. So I was like, so he can just contact her at any time he wants to? Is this what we saying? Because if it's her that she wants back, can't he, like, since she's technically a robot, she's a computer, can't he just, like, from where he's at, just program her to just, like, leave out the house in the middle of the night and just, you know, do whatever? Because this girl that we're supposed to be protecting and everybody's trying to kidnap, we didn't just left her to her own devices to go get some candy from the vending machine. But anyway, she's in there, he's in there talking to her. And I was like, I didn't think about this, but can he control her from a distance since she's basically a computer? Like, is this what he's saying he could do? But it is known, well, it was told to us that once she leaves from out of this museum simulation, that she won't remember anything. So I was like, that sounds very creepy. So does that mean that she's not going to remember this, but he can still have her do some other things? Like, I was confused and intrigued all at once. Maya wants to know if she has superpowers, because she want to know who is staying up at my house. Yeah, it was all good because it was fun having a little sister. But, like, you ain't noticed all the things that been going on. How people was trying to kidnap her and how the washer and dryer just slid ever so, you know, easily across the floor. How, you know, Piper had been in several accidents but doesn't have a scratch on her. You ain't never questioned none of this? But I guess it's time to start questioning now. Heckler daughter gives reporter dude her mom's laptop to take down whoever killed her. Now, reporter dude don't want to do this because, like, I'm kind of responsible for your mom getting killed because I kind of handed her the information, and he not sure what he wants to do now. He almost like he want to chuck the noose to the whole situation and change his name, change his whole appearance, and go live somewhere else because he ain't got time for this because it's getting serious. That's what seems like he's doing. But y'all, this show has so much potential, but it's just that they're making unrealistic choices. First of all, you haven't turned this girl over to Child Protective Services. You have this child living with you. You find out this child is a robot, still has her living with you. She's doing all these things is happening, and you're putting your family in jeopardy, and your family is just riding along with you. And it don't make no sense to me, but hopefully it's gonna make some sense later on down the road. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can become one of my people. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.